Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brightops, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. Last time we left off, we had managed to unite. We've gone from just being the the Chief of Maine to the High Chief of Anjou, which I believe is the county that the actual duchy of that includes Maine. Though, in fairness, can we change that? Yes. Yes, we can. Hold on. The High Chieftain of Maine. Good. We'll work with that. But yes, we'll just start the time there. After giving it a bit of soul searching, I came to the decision that we are not going to be murdering our current king and becoming king of our country. Simply because I actually like the guy. Like, seriously. The fact that he was smart enough to actually give us what we wanted off the bat, good plan on his part. And to be fair, he's also a member of the assassin order we are. So I'd kind of feel like a dick for doing so. Actually, speaking of, do we still... Yeah, we still owe money to the Assassins, despite the fact that we are, in fact, the Grand Master of the Assassins. Should probably pay that back at some point, but... But yes, at the moment... what the current plan is... At the moment is we... Okay, so you failed... Where are you? Where is my... Where did I put you? Hold on. Go to the cushion. Okay, you're up there. God damn it. I mean, I'm happy that nation's in the middle of a civil war, that's great, but the problem is we're currently too broke to really raise up an army and lay claim to Normandy. Thus taking advantage of it, but we'll see what happens. My wife asked me to buy her some new clothes. Because of the pregnancy, she has outgrown most of her wardrobe, and now she feels frustrated for not having anything nice to wear whenever she needs to make an appearance at court. Let's see, I could spend some gold to give her some new stuff, or I could use my high diplomacy. My dear, you do not need new clothes, you are already wonderful. You know what? Being a charming devil does have its perks. Saves me some gold that we're trying to build up so that we can bloody take Normandy back. 'Cause I do have a plan for Normandy. The plan here is we're gonna take it, for not only for our kingdom and our religion, but my plan would... Like, scale and holy war for... Ah, son of a bitch, the Mixcalias are back. God damn it. We didn't need that. They're trying to take more of our country. Let's have a look-see. Who's actually in charge at this point? Yikes, you're actually pretty damn pretty damn militant, though not... Oh wait, that might be just because he doesn't like me. Then again... Idea. If we plot to kill him... Oh, oops, that's the wrong category. If we... Oh, and my daughter is now the forgetful. Yeah, well. Yeah, I don't really like her anyway, so... Basically, the plan here is if we can assassinate the king, because he's got a fairly high military score. If he's dead, he gets replaced by his child son, who does not have nearly as militant as an advantage as he does. Oh, we have a daughter. We have a nice, wonderful daughter who takes after her mother. Let's see, what to name? What have we got so far? We'll go with Lana. And we'll give her a... We'll give her an etiquette focus, which will allow her to basically be diplomatic. Let's see. Success. The mercenaries ambushed the carriage of King Icefire and made short work of him. Unfortunately, the drivers survived and saw through their disguises. My involvement is now public knowledge. Okay. You know, considering that... Wait, am I? What do you mean I'm regent? Hang on. What is this? Damn, I clicked to the thing, but a bit too soon, but that's fun. Or it could have just been this guy, who is nowhere near as militant as Icefire was, which is very good. Let's see, I'm thinking of a good way to sway the High Chiefess into liking me a bit more. What could I possibly titillate the sense of a woman, I wonder? Let's go with learning. I'm feeling inspired today. See, how's the war coming? Should See, I received a response from her. In the letter, she wrote that how much she enjoyed reading the poetic masterpiece that I created for her. Wonderful, so she likes me a lot. Always good. Oh, shit. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of thinking that our army we could have handled this a lot better. I didn't think they had quite as many people, but apparently no. Oh boy. I didn't want to have to raise the army of assassins so soon because I wanted to save up some money, but alas, we have to make do. And it doesn't have to be for long, we just have to break their big bloody... We just have to break the initial freaking army and their... Why that... God damn, our allies are freaking idiots. See, the only reason I decided to engage there is quite literally because I thought we would be gaining support, but no! For some bloody reason, our allies decided to go the wrong way. God damn it. Maybe that one was my own fault. I did kind of bloody think the AI was following me. I don't know why. Okay, if we can get our army here and reinforce before this battle is over, we might be able to swing it in our favor. Because I would hate for another chunk of our kingdom to be lost. I really would. Unfortunately, it seems to be the case that that is not... Yeah, it's gone. There's frick all we can do about it. That went terribly. Yep, we've lost a bit more of the kingdom. Wonderful. Wonderful. Wait, what? Oh, you... Might as well just get rid of him because he hates me because I murdered his dad. Not great, but I think... Yes, I believe his regent is actually... pretty terrible, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, if we can murder the new king of that country, we'll deal with that in time. But right now... Oh, we're dead. Alright, blessings upon your house. I have been appointed as your regent, so... Courtier. Chief Barney is in paradise at age 70. He died a natural death. Well known to be prone to carnal sins, he was often unfaithful to his wife. A wicked man, Barney will surely pay for his sins in the afterlife. Wait, seriously? I mean, I was pretty good to my current one. I was pretty good to her. High Chief Conrad. High Chief Conrad, merely 9 years old. The realm is left in the capable hands of the Regent and Council. Long live High Chief Conrad. I'm not gonna lie, I am sad to see Barney go. He's had a long life. He's killed quite a large number of kings. Many... Admittingly, only 7 of them are officially recorded. The rest were just very successfully gotten away with. But time goes on, and with time, we have a new generation. So, hi, Chief Conrad. Let's see how you're coming along so far. He's inherited Dad's... He has sadly inherited Dad's debts. Though thankfully we've managed, we got good condition to build up from. So we'll work from there. See, we got our regent, who is fairly good at the moment. But let's fill up our council proper, shall we? See, Scorch hates me because he is he is completely envious, which is not good. Though he's in his 70s and he's stressed, he's probably not going to live too long. Alright, first things first, we'll fill up the council, then we'll continue. But let's see... Why don't you like me? Let's see, short reign, which isn't good. Envious, not great. We had quite a few envious people. Though thankfully, we do have some... We do have a suitable replacement. In our marshal here. Simply because fairly good martial skill. Fairly good martial skill, but not the greatest one. We can have better commanders in the field. And we'll get you set up training troops in Maine. Okay, steward. We do not have a lot in the way of good stewards. And unfortunately, we can't actually invite people in just yet. Which isn't great, so... yeah. We'll go with teeth. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave the council a bit empty at the moment, since pretty much everyone who's on it freaking hates me. I must... yes. You know what? We're gonna have to pay that back, and we are severely in debt. God damn it. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay. We're deeply in debt, but on the plus side, the former assassin order that we used to be the Grand Master of is not going to assassinate Chief Conrad. Because sadly, unlike dear father, who was actually in charge of the bloody assassin order and was pretty damn... had a pretty good intrigue and thus was very, very difficult to actually assassinate, little Conrad does not have that benefit. Let's see... You know, as sad as it is, I'm gonna have to put good old Mother Dearest in charge of being the Spy Master, despite the fact that she isn't that particularly good at it. Simply because she's probably one of the few people who actually likes me. And I kind of need that in I kind of need that in a supporting position right now. Okay. Okay, perch. Yep. Because of the massive debt, the people are not happy with me. They are not happy at all. Okay. You know what? You're not going to be alive for all that long. We might as well put Scorch back in charge because he was good at what he did. And why not? We can try sowing a bit more dissent over in Skies. Okay, can we... Say, can I join our current... Alright, unfortunately we can't actually really join this holy war. But let's see, how is our relationship to... He's not a big fan of me, but he's fairly indifferent, so... yeah, we'll go with it. And because I don't want to have an empty spot... get in there, get building bloody... prestige up. Because we kind of need it. Shit. This is gonna be a struggle, not gonna lie. So we've lost some territory we need to reclaim. Both in Normandy and this chunk here. Both are good. Both are options, but... shit. Sorry, I thought that Barney would have lived somewhat longer, but... apparently that is not the case. Let's see, our steward has died, so Mother Dearest has taken over. As regent. Not good. Well, not particularly good. Because... yeah, she was very diplomatic, but not good at much else. Yeah, boy. Okay, commanders... well, we only really need 3, but we might as well add... we'll throw you in as well, just for the sake of it. And Scorch has finally kicked the bucket. Which, I mean, it's not particularly great, but... you know what? You're an incompetent diplomat. We're just going to keep you in bloody... just going to keep you in the bloody court. See, Scorch died of old age. That's fine. The annoying thing is because we don't have the proper Demiz size kind of things, where King Stellar of Scarice. Let's see what. Ah, crap! They're coming for us. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I mean, thankfully we've got. Because this is a holy war, we're going to have allies, and it's going to be Scarisa that's trying to push in on our turf. But... damn, this is not the time! We are that bloody broke right now! Ugh. If I had known Barney could have died at any moment, I would have actually made a concentrated effort to pay off his bloody loans. Or at least the assassin one. So, who the hell else is in my army? Hang on. Just trying to find out where my actual bloody... okay, you can stop building a legend. We need you to be, you know, actually fighting bloody battles now. Nope. That seems like a bad idea. Though this, not so much. Yeah, that might work. If we can pick off this force here and a few other forces in Normandy, we might be able to soften up the enemy enough that we can take the fight, that we can hold on to our bloody homeland. Because the main force is going to be over here somewhere. Where are all the allied people? Okay, they currently here, and they're... Where are they going? God... Get back here, you bastards. We kind of need you. Okay, we can't actually assault Maine, because at least not from this direction, because that would end poorly. Though we can potentially knock off this, fight this army. Oh look, some more friendly forces, which would be nice. Okay, we just have to keep them from claiming any Oh, bugger, they've called... Shit. Yep, the reinforcements that were laying siege to Maine decided to come over here and join in the fight. God damn it. I don't think High Chief Conrad's gonna make it to maturity. Because this debt's really hurt us hard. Because it's screwed us. It's honestly screwed us. Because with all the bad things that are happening, it means we're getting less money to actually pay off the bloody debts with. Let alone actually have an army in the field. See what? Speaking of, oh yeah, there it is. Oh boy. We are screwed. Because I can't counter a 6,000 strong murder stack anymore. If I was still playing Barney, yes I could have. And of bloody course they get there first. God damn. Well, we've probably lost. I don't think we're going to be keeping our lands for much longer. Alright. Yep. They've basically just swarmed it and took it all. Yep, game over. Because we don't have any lands anymore, they took it from us, so we don't go anywhere. Ah, boy. Well, that was a lot shorter than I kind of wanted it to. Oh well. There was always that period while playing that we were kind of worried that this would be the result, that when Barney died, that would be the end of the game, but I kind of... honestly, I can't blame it. I should have known that that debt from the assassins was going to come back and bite us sooner or later. Oh well. Well, that was our initial attempt at a Crusader Kings 2 playthrough. We got a few episodes in. Admittedly, it didn't end particularly well, but well, we have an option here. My thinking on this matter is, well, we can't continue from that, so we're going to have a new game. And we might as well have a custom game set up from... Hang on. New game. We'll go in a randomized world in the early medieval ages. And we'll just set things up. Let's see. Cultures, you know, we'll go animal kingdoms this time. Yeah, that adds up. Just my logic here is, I want there to be humans in the world. We tried full-on animals. We'll go with some human kingdoms as well. But yes, let's build up the world, see what the new world looks like. And we'll see what we can and we'll see what we're inclined to play for the next playthrough. In fact, there was actually some talk with some people who are interested in trying to play a multiplayer thing sometime in the future, which I might be inclined to do, but we'll see what the new world has to offer. Let's see. We have, from the looks of it, Ireland is a human. Ireland is human, though divided. Scotland appears to be a Khanate. So, yeah, I'm getting a very interesting mix from the United Kingdom, because just culture-wise, just having a look at culture, we've got a bit of. It's very divided culturally over in this area, actually. Though Ireland, though there's a lot of mix between them. Huh. Let's see. We've got the whole Icelandic region, which is currently Nordland. Actually, let's see. So let's see. You know what? First off, we'll start with religion. Religion seems to be a good starting point to see just how the world's divided. Okay. I don't think there's quite as many actual religions this time around as there was in the last playthrough, but let's have a quick look at what we've got. Starting off with... We'll start off with the main religion of... basically the United Kingdom and Western Europe, is Austrowantian? Hang on, we also appear to have... Yes, we also appear to have polar bears somewhere in Europe. But we'll have a close look at that soon enough. But let's have a look at the religion. Those practicing the Ostrowian faith spend a lot of time deep in thought, and their elders spend almost all their lives in contemplation. Their holy text, the Unsung Tale, contains limitless dates and countless numbers of importance, all telling their own story of the future of the world. Interpreting these numbers is a complex task, and new connections are made almost every year. It is said that the truth has been hidden behind complex formulas by the Dream Snake. This truth hides the secret to not being ripped apart for eternity by death itself in the afterlife. So, our high god is the Dream Snake. The evil god is death itself. You know, for a religion, kind of straightforward there. Just, you know what sucks? Dying. Okay. Vladimirite. Let's have a look-see. The Vladimirite faith is one based largely upon the sense of touch, with adherents locking hands and holding each other's shoulders during prayer. Worshippers frequently embrace the priests, both before and after a religious ceremony. To bless someone, a priest must embrace and lift the chosen one towards the sky, so that the Alpha may reach down and touch their souls. Their holy texts, the skin-bound sagas, outline the jealousy borne by the main enemy of the Alpha, disease, the one who must not be touched. Also kind of straightforward. Disease is a wonderful name for an evil god. These guys really don't like Nurgle. But hang on, first thing, I should probably be checking like the Oh, we also have Labradors in who are called Rhinelander. Rhinelanders in their culture. Not bad. But let's see, checking of their religion, let's see, rulers cannot demand man's conversion, priests, temples, chiefs inherit titles, religion allows women to hold temples, fairly weak rulers can prepare invasions, fleets can navigate major rivers, rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot, vessels do not mind if their levies are raised, rulers lose prestige if at peace for too long, can be reformed. Characters are born under specific zodiac signs, naval maintenance is greatly reduced. So, our Ostwinian people here are they're an unreformed faith, and they're very Viking from the sounds of it. With a little bit of an Asian influence, which makes sense, because from what I've seen of the cultures of the United Kingdom, it seems to have taken a very Asian theme to them. Let's have a quick look at the Umarites. Let's see. What do you do? Rulers cannot demand conversion. Temple priests inherit titles. Religion allows women to own temples. Can have temple holdings. Rulers can invade infidel neighbors for loot. Veldorite countries and characters are hard to convert. Can be reformed. There is and can exist no religious head. Upon reaching adulthood, characters perform a rite of passage. Rulers can sacrifice infidel prisoners to gain piety, unlock ritual decisions, and the Flower War Casus Bella. So, kind of an interesting faith, this one. Very interesting. Alright, next, the Ponguists. Let's have a look. The Ponguist faith has a particular focus on funerary rites. When an elder dies, they are flayed and their skin fashioned into a religious object, such as the cover of a book or a ceremonial mask. Their holy text, the Prophet's Pamphlet, tells the story of the immortal soul, flayed and buried 100 times by the ravenous hunger. Funerals are always led by at least 2 priests, one who performs the flaying and one who ensures everything is done to code. That is an interesting religion. Let's see, rulers cannot demand conversion, priests can inherit titles, religion allows women to be priests, rulers can invade infidel neighbors for loot, counties and characters are hard to convert, can be reformed, is no religious head, army morale is determined by Horus Spicy, or however the hell you pronounce that. Rulers can sacrifice infidel prisoners. This kind of suggests, just from considering that these two are very hard to convert, they sacrifice infidels and all that, I feel like war between these two religions is very common. It just seems to be a thing I get with... I have no real history to back this up, but it seems like a proper thing. That these two would hate each other. Okay, who are you guys? Culture is just nuts over here, but let's see. Religion. I do not have an idea how the hell to pronounce this religion's name. I have no idea. Religion is focused on the practice of ritualistic hunts. All their holidays involve hunts in one form or another, with various quarry being the target of each one. In their religion, the Blessed Virgin is a great hunter, and the Omega the prey. Their holy texts, the transcripts of the past, detail exactly how each hunt should be performed in incredible detail. Interesting. So apparently, in their case, the Holy Virgin liked to kill things. Good for them. Let's see. Rulers cannot demand conversion. So this can be reformed. So it's an unreformed religion. Priests can inherit titles. Religion allows women to own temple holdings. Rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot. Vassals do not mind if their levies are raised. Rulers lose prestige if at peace for too long. There is and can exist no religious head. Rulers can sacrifice infidels, and characters are born under zodiac signs. So this area appears a fun place. Everyone's sacrificing everyone. Let's have a look at this. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, we've got, I think there was some, from the looks of it, there was some recent, this religion here claimed some territory over here, or the other way around. It's hard to tell. Let's see, the let's try that again. Volinarian. Let's see, aeons ago, all creatures were united on a single land that spanned infinitely towards the horizons. They lived under a soft light that allowed the luscious grass and the sweetest of fruit to grow. But one day, for reasons and from origins unfathomable by mere mortals, the mangled Lord arrived and shook the very essence of the universe, splitting the land, scorching the earth, and disuniting mortals. Nearly everything was consumed by the infinite darkness, still visible at night, except for the land miraculously protected by the Ancient One. The faithful have recorded the history of the world in the world's gospel, so they may never forget that they owe their very existence to the benevolence and power of the Ancient One. Okay. Good start. Let's see. Yeah, it's another unreformed religion. So let's see. Rulers cannot demand conversion, yada yada. Women can own temples. Fairly weak. Rulers can prepare invasions. Ruler can invade infidel neighbors for loot. Let's see. Counties and characters are hard to convert. There is and can exist no religious head, and army morale is determined by Hierospans, or however you pronounce it. Okay, probably one of the bigger religions. Let's have a quick look here. Aryan Antidolic? The priests tell of a time immaterial when gods and mortals lived together on Earth, the latter as slaves and playthings to the first. After many sunsets, one mortal had enough of this servitude and rose against the foul gods, driving the billions of other mortals to stand with them in a fight for their freedom. In the end, the gods were driven out, repelled to the far confines of the universe, where their remains amalgamated through rage and vengeance into what we now call disease. The rebellious mortal himself was drenched in divine blood, becoming the Alpha, a godlike entity as strong as the will of all mortals on Earth. In the well-protected The Chronicles of Reality, it says that the remnants of the evil gods draw closer to their lost realm every time a mortal indulges in corruption or decadent behavior, and that only bravery and willpower can wake the Alpha to protect reality from certain doom. Another unreformed religion. Okay, priests cannot demand conversion. Priests can inherit titles. From the looks of it, women can't be priests in this religion. Yeah, it says down here, women are entirely excluded from all positions of power. Let's see, fleets can navigate major rivers, rulers can raid infidel neighbors, vassals do not mind if their levies are raised, matrilineal marriages are not allowed. So, if we had daughters, I could not marry her in a way that would mean that any children she had would be of our dynasty. Rulers lose prestige if at peace for too long, no religious head, and naval maintenance is greatly reduced. Let's see. Azaric rites. No, that's still them. Here we go. Temples belonging to the Azek faith are a spectacle to behold, covered from top to bottom in elaborate wooden carvings. Each one of them look like a work of art. It is said that a woodcarver once started to carve a face into a stump, but was interrupted halfway through. He then started carving a new face into another stump, and when he finished it sprung to life in the form of the Pantheon. The woodcarver was blessed by the Pantheon and given the tablets of time to keep safe. The half-carved stump he had previously abandoned then sprung to life in the form of the Herald, who proceeded to chase the carver out of the forest. Let's see. We have the Silipha, can grant invasion Casus Belli. Priests can inherit titles, fleets can navigate major rivers, rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot, countries and characters are hard to convert, can designate any valid offspring as the heir. The caliphate is held by a secular ruler and can be destroyed or created normally, and naval maintenance is greatly reduced. Okay, we've got a... So wait a second, this is a reformed religion. So yeah, this one actually is a properly reformed religion. Let's see, we got a minor one down here. Let's have a quick look. Ah, here we go. Another reformed religion. Though not a very big one. And from the looks, the fact that the first time I clicked on here we had some people of this faith over here, I don't think there's a good chance it won't last very long. But yes, according to the hallowed manuscript, when a person dies, their soul becomes ripe for the taking by the Reapers, who will bring it to the sun's 7 screaming voices, who will then devour and assimilate them to quench an insatiable hunger that has lasted since the dawn of time. Only burying the bodies can protect the souls and allow them to safely travel down to the underworld, the realm of the Sea of Life, allowing them to come back to Earth as guardian spirits who help their descendants and fend off the Reapers. Let's see, another caliphate. Priests can inherit titles, rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot, counties and characters are hard to convert. It's a caliphate, so secular ruler. Upon reaching adulthood, characters perform a rite of passage, and characters are born under a zodiac sign. Okay. Mandarin. Mandarinian, or how... Well, the first one we picked was a horse, so good for them. Let's see. It's another proper established religion. A lot of religions that are established and actually reformed seem to be in the East. The Western world at the moment is mostly doesn't seem to be a major thing. Let's see. The Mandarinian faith is as old as the world itself. Their deity, known only as the Sun, is said to have created the world for the Mandarinian faithful to live and thrive in, by condition that they follow the rules set in the world's gospel. The world's gospel was passed directly from the Sun to the first Mandarinian prophet. Followers also believe that the Eater of Fate and an army of dreaded heretics and heathens seek to undo the entirety of creation and doom the Mandarinian faithful to eternal darkness. It's another caliphate. Let's see, Caliph can grant the invasion Castle Belly, priests inherit titles, rulers can raid infidels for loot, countries and characters are hard to convert. Armies ignore defensive attrition. That is a good one. That is a very good thing to have. Especially when invading actual unreformed religion areas. Because if you don't have enough organized army supplies and logistics and all that, you'll actually take attrition. Apparently these guys don't suffer that, so they can do pretty damn well against against what we would consider barbarians. Let's see, and upon reaching adulthood, characters perform a rite of passage. Good for them. Okay, I think we've got a very minor religion here. It seems to be an actual established one, too. It's not an unreformed one, but I don't think it's, considering that it's just like one thing, kind of one, possibly two, a few things, possibly three things against all of this, they're probably not going to last. Let's see, the foundation of the draft horse-eat faith is shrouded in mystery, and the grand story does not make mention of their origins. Followers argue that the draft horse-eat faith has always existed, and that anyone claiming otherwise is an agent of the butcher. Their priests enforce this notion rather vigorously, threatening that the wrath of their supreme deity will strike unbelievers down. The great oak, riding a mighty chariot across the night sky. So what have you got? Priests can inherit titles, fleets can navigate major rivers, raid infidel neighbors for loot. There is and can exist no religious head. Naval maintenance greatly reduced. Armies ignore defensive attrition. Okay, let's have a look at this bigger religion right next to them. The Rotoganian faith started a long time ago when a hunter in a now forgotten forest followed a purple-feathered bird with large wings to a glade in the heart of the woods. There the great secret lay between 5 trees with golden leaves. The scripture recounted how this forest was the resting place of the moon, an entity that had created the world at the cost of its life. After confronting the mother of monsters. Since then, the priests have spread the word and gratitude of the moon, to whom they show respect by venerating nature and by burying their dead along with a branch of a tree, allowing them to reunite with their creator. So, not gonna lie, this particular faith is kind of badass when you consider the fact that, effectively, in their version of events, the moon not only creates the world, sacrifices itself to create the world after killing the mother of monsters. Good for them. Let's see, priests can inherit titles, religion allows women to be temple holders, priests can raid infidel neighbors for loot, pretty much, so far, all the religions allow that. Let's see, counties and characters are hard to convert, there is and can exist no religious head, rulers can sacrifice infidel prisoners to gain piety, unlock ritual decisions, and the flower war Cass's belly, and upon reaching adulthood, perform a rite of passage. It's an actual established religion, too. Let's see, what's next? Yeah, another actual reformed religion. You can tell because they actually have moral authority from the get-go. And unreformed religions don't really have that. Let's see, the Illonite faithful do not believe this world to be the true world. Their priests say that it is but a shadow of the real world. A world that can only be accessed by pleasing the artisan of the stars every command. The rules that must be followed are outlined in the hallowed manuscript, with priests standing constant guard over where the texts are kept. They believe that the 7 screaming voices are always watching, ready to corrupt the texts as soon as they are left out of sight. Alright, priests can inherit titles, rulers can invade infidel neighbors. Ilmenite men can have up to 4 wives, unless they are allowed to have concubines. Caste traits have great effect on opinions. There is and can exist no religious head, and upon reaching adulthood, rite of passage. I've been talking for a while. Alright, let's push through for a bit. Alright. Gelopad. The Gelopad faith is very strict, with seers constantly require followers to cite passages from the skin-bound sagas. If a follower would fail to cite 3 passages in a row, they are punished and deemed corrupted by the arcane storm. Fortunately, the skin-bound sagas contain only 12 passages, spread out over 4 pages, proving the mercy of the Owl of Omniscience once again. Okay, priests can inherit titles, Gilipad men can have up to 4 wives, much lower chance of provincial revolts, large bonuses to all vassal opinions, rulers can hold larger basically they can have more land, rulers cannot declare holy wars. There is and can exist no religious head, and can venerate their ancestors. They are a reformed religion, too. Okay, so that bit's a Lenite as well. What are you guys? Another reformed religion, they do actually have the authority. Let's see, the Dizalanian faith is one founded upon fear. Their clergy hold terrifying masses, where they recite passages from the transcripts of the past, telling of how that without a name will crack the world open like an egg. Despite followers constantly fearing for their souls, they find brief solace in the stories told about their main deity, Grandfather Life. These stories are not often told, and only the most brave priests dare recite them in public. Let's see. They actually have a religious head, from the looks of it. Yeah, they've got patriarchs under kings. Let's see, they've got the they have a patriarch, which is sort of like a pope, but yeah. Let's see, their patriarch can excommunicate, they can grant divorces, they can grant invasion casus belli. Priests can inherit titles, rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot, vassals do not mind if their levies are raised, matrilineal marriages are not allowed, rulers lose prestige if had priests for too long. Let's see, a religious head, the insurmountable patriarch, can be created by a special decision. Rulers can gain sympathy towards another religious group, and women are entirely excluded from positions of power. So kind of a sucky place to live over there. Let's see. Yeah, not a major religion here. Despite the fact that they actually have a fair bit of religious moral authority, and they have a religious head in a pope. In the Kasukit religion, the Book of Blessed Virtue tells the story of the Unfallen, whose arm was cruelly cut off by the garbled voice. The pieces of their arm became the land, and their blood the sea, creating the world as we know it. Their priests sometimes cut off parts of their own body in an attempt to be closer to the Unfallen. Okay. So, let's see, patriarchs under kings, pope can excommunicate, can grant divorces and invasions, priests inherit titles, neighbors can be raided for loot, countries and characters are hard to convert, there is always a pope, lands it or not, rulers do not receive short reign penalty, and upon reaching adulthood, characters perform a rite of passage. Okay. Now we're going to have a look at arguably possibly the biggest religion in the world at the moment, because it spans most of Africa, a lot of the Middle East, and a lot kind of goes into Asia. Let's see, Owenites. Let's see, they're a reformed religion, they have a pope as well. The Owenite faith is a rather recent one, founded by the charismatic first priest, who detailed in length how human beings need to follow certain strict rules of life recorded in the code, lest they be forever doomed to suffer eternal pain at the hands of the trickster. As he drew close to death, the priest warned that his good followers were still at risk, due to the numerous masses of wicked heathens performing decadent rituals and increasing the trickster's influence. The only way he could help protect them was by discarding his mortal coil and ascend to a new form. Thus he became the one who came before. Okay. Oviate bishops may pay tax to the Pope rather than their liege, which basically means how that works is if a bishop likes the Pope more than their actual lord, they will pay tax to the Pope. Pope can excommunicate, Pope can grant divorces, Pope can grant invasions, Pope can grant claims on titles. Priests can inherit titles, rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot, vassals do not mind if their levies are raised, rulers lose prestige if at peace for too long, can designate any valid offspring as the heir, there is always a pope, and armies ignore defensive attrition. Honestly, that last one is probably why they're so big. Damn it, I should have got like a glass of water or something. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get myself something to drink real quick. Alrighty, and we're back. Let's have a look at another an African faith, the Drist faith, which is pretty damn morally strong, all things considered. And their patriarch, and their religious head is a patriarch. The Deist faith is very peculiar in that sermons are always sung. The priests are pricked from followers based on the tone of their voice, as the deity, the Old Ones, is said to have converted the legends entirely through divine song conveyed. The main enemy of the Old Ones is the Eater of Fate, who cannot sing. Mute people are deemed cursed by the Eater of Fate and are often excluded from Mass. Let's see, Patriarch can excommunicate, can grant divorces, can grant invasions. Let's see, priests inherit titles, fleets can navigate major rivers, rulers can invade infidel neighbors for loot, vassals don't mind if their levies are raised, population of other religious groups pay the infidel tax, rulers lose prestige if at peace for too long, there is always a patriarch of the East, landed or not, naval maintenance is greatly reduced. So not a bad one. I think very similar to the one we had before. Let's see, I think we've got 3 religions left to have a look at. Yeah, boy. The School of the Foes. Let's see. Reformed religion with a religious head of the Cohen. Cohen, I think? That has to be the strongest moral authority I've seen from a religion so far. It is said that the first healer was the patriarch of a small tribe who lived on boats out on the endless sea. One day, all the fish in the ocean vanished, eaten by the evil ones. Just as the small tribe was on the brink of starvation, the sky appeared before them. The first healer pleaded to the sky for salvation, and the sky response created the land, the trees, and all the animals of the forest so that the tribe would not starve. Grateful, the first healer created the hallowed manuscript to record all the divine things that the sky had created. Let's see, the Cohen Gadol can grant divorces, can grant invasions. Kind of limited compared to the other guys. Priests inherit titles, rulers can invade neighbors for loot, counties and countries are hard to convert, there is always a go duel, landed or not, upon reaching adulthood, characters perform a rite of passage, and rulers can sacrifice infidels. Whew. Oh wait, I didn't think I did these guys over here, so there's 3 more. We can do this. Let's see, Church of Kalira. And, of course, the Emperor Paul's the sacrosanct of the sacrosanct Austrian Empire. Good God. And it's a cat. Wonderful. See, yes, it appears that Austrians in this reality are felines. Who knew? Oh dear God, I don't know how to know how to pronounce this religious head. Good God. But the Calarinian faith is an amalgamation of many other religions. There are several ways which followers may worship the Blessed Virgin, all of them equally legitimate. Some even worship the Forgotten alongside the Blessed Virgin. It is said that somewhere in the world 10 acolytes guard the records of the infinite cycle, of which only fragments are known even to the most devout followers. Let's see, their religious head can grant divorces, can grant invasions, priests inherit titles, rulers can raid infidel neighbors, counties and characters are hard to convert, there is always a religious head, rulers can gain sympathy towards another religious group, and characters are born under a specific zodiac sign. And the Dombostists. Oh, they're actually these guys are actually a heresy of these guys. That's a first. Religious head, Yamag, which is a hell of a lot easier to pronounce. The Dombastis faith is an extra-orthodox branch of fanatical zealots. Adherents do not tolerate any deviance from the word of the record of the infinite cycles, subscribing to a very literal interpretation rather than the more relaxed one of their peers. They believe this is to be the only way to truly please the Blessed Virgin. Okay, so the Yamag can grant divorces, grants invasions, priests inherit titles, religion allows women to own temple holdings, rulers can invade infidels for loot, countries and characters are hard to convert, there is always a Yamag, landed or not, rulers do not receive short-range penalty, and characters are born under zodiac sign. And finally, the Church of Maragia, or however it's pronounced. Oh, this one's an unreformed one. We haven't seen one of these for a while. Adherents to the Maragian faith reject the notion of individuality, believing instead that all are joined in one grand consciousness. In the center of this collective mind lies the Great Oak, sleeping. Stories of the transcripts of the past claim that only the cosmic horror can awaken the Great Oak. Maraginian shamans therefore organize a search every year, with an ultimate goal to locate the cave in which the cosmic horror resides. Yes, and as we all know, cosmic horrors are fun to encounter. Let's see, rulers cannot demand conversions because they're unreformed, priests can inherit titles, religion allows women, fairly weak rulers can prepare invasions, rulers can invade neighbors for loot, counties and characters are hard to convert, Maraginian men can have up to 4 wives, can be reformed, and there is and can exist no religious head. Okay, that's all of them. Let's have a quick look at the cultures. Good God, there's a lot of them this time around. Oh boy. Actually, better idea, let's have a look at governments. What have we got? We've got feudal here, bit of imperial over here. The Iota over here, so Iota and a bunch of tribal. With little tribal pieces elsewhere. Okay. Humans. Bit of a yeah, Europe's a bit of a mosh pit from the looks of it. And it's kind of difficult to tell what is what. Let's see, Rhinelanders are bit of a... Yeah, Rhinelanders are dogs here. Parians are polar bears, who are pretty damn solid actually, because from their bonuses, their armies are pretty high morale, and they've got pretty good personal combat skills, where the Rhinelanders... People like dogs and they breed fairly fast. Let's see, human... Austrians are the cats, who fairly fertile, have a... Well, that's it. Okay, that's just freaking interesting. They're fertile. Vassals are not... Vassals don't really like being ruled by a cat, and the cat's murder plot power is plus 20%. So this area seems a bit less inclined towards war, as they are just sort of... Yeah, they're an empire. There's an empire of cats here. They seem less inclined towards civil war and more towards just outright murdering each other. Okay. Let's see, humans. Elephants are the... Elephants are our Marinesians here. Let's see, +2 to learn. So they're good at learning. Don't breed too well. Have +2 health. Not so good. They're not so good at defending themselves from plots, but they have personal combat skill +10. Let's see some more humans. Okay, are you... So a lot of the world seems to be... We've got a fair amount of cats, we've got a fair amount of elephants. We have some dogs over here. We do have a fair few humans up in the north, in this area. But let's see, hedgehogs. They're fertile, and they've got some good plot power defense. We also got some more humans. Yeah, a lot more Yep, humans. Humans. There we go, horses. So our horses are largely Indian and maybe a bit of Mongolia, a bit of China? Not sure. Let's see, clan settlement +10. Tigerian opinion +20. I don't... Oh. So there's a culture of people who really like the horses. Good for them. So let's see, we got humans. More humans. More humans. There's our hedgehogs again. Bit more humans down here. Okay. Humans. More humans. Ooh, we have dragons. We do have dragons in this world. Doesn't seem to be many of them, though. Tritopinion. No, wait. No, I was wrong. We're looking at the wrong area. Yeah, we have dragons. They are effectively they're located in the upper part of West Africa. Let's see, national tax modifier. Don't really breed. +4 health. People don't like them. Personal combat skill 30. Let's see, more humans up here. Little pockets of human. Ah yes, we got the red pandas down here in their little pockets of Africa. Let's see. Morale of armies +5. Fertility less 50%, but vassals like them. They are likable. We have a single what seems to be 2 provinces of a human thing here. And we have the swans in most of Spain, actually. Let's see, seed speed plus 20% and versatility plus 25. Solid, solid. Humans. Humans. And of course the polar bears here. But some... See, am I missing anything? I don't think so. So we have an idea of what the map looks like. I think I might end it here for now, simply because I'll let what faction I'd end up choosing be a surprise. And I'll actually check on the people that I have... Oh, there's a... God damn it, there's a quick button for actually finding world religions. I guess it's just a case of, if you see it, you'll be able to find it a bit easier. Just making sure I saw all of them? Yeah, seems like it. But anyway, until next time, my name is Brightops, and I look forward to hearing from you. Goodbye.